Okay. So command is echo. The echo command mainly we are going to display the content, whatever the content you want to display. Particular one we can write it and it will directly display. Nothing changes we can do here. See, if you give echo hello, then it will display hello. Same in the scripting we are going to use. So for example, you want to write a script, vim sample.sh shell script I am going to write. Here it will start with a slash bin slash bash will start. And if I want to give just a echo welcome to Linux class with shell scripting. Okay, if I give this one, it will now I'm going to save it. So now the file is sample.sh, this one ls-ltr. If I want to run this particular file, I don't have the executable permission. So if I check it, sh sample.sh, it's going to, okay, it is executed. So by defaultly I am executing. So when I execute this particular file, it is displaying the content welcome to the Linux class with shell scripting. So the echo command we are going to use to display the particular content. If you want to display some message, then we are going to use echo command and then message. The real normally in the command line itself, if you want to display, then you can give echo hello, echo tech wonders DevOps YouTube channel. So if I give this one, it will display, but it is not going to save anywhere. Just a displaying purpose, we are going to use echo command. So whatever the content you want to display, you can give echo, and within double quotes also you can give it. Whatever the space if you give, it will take same as it is. And if you give the echo $path, so path of the environment variable, it's going to display. So this is the path of this user. So it is displaying here for this particular path value. So whatever you give, it's going to display. Based on that, the output it will come. Next is cat command. Cat also same. So cat is nothing but concatenate files and print on the standard output. So if you give the cat command and hello.html, so it will display the content of the file, whatever the content is there inside the file. That is the purpose we are going to use cat. And if you want to store something into the file, the existing file, then also you can use cat. So for example, now sample.sh, what is there? Sample.sh, this is the content is there. Now I want to change the content, I can directly give here cat sample.sh. Now I will give, instead of that one, echo, I'm going to take it tech wonders DevOps classes. Okay, so I'm going to enter. Now if I check it, the content of that particular file, it is changed. This is the particular change is there inside the file. Now if I try to execute the file, let's see what it is going to display. See, it is going to display as per the output of that particular file. So cat file we can add the, we can, if you give the one symbol, this one greater than symbol, then it's going to replace the content. And if you want to concatenate, it means adding. So you don't want to remove it, but you want to add another line, then you can provide this one Linux class. Again I am going to add the same and control C. Now if I check the content of the file, content is this one. See, welcome to the Linux class. When I execute the script, shell script, it is not displaying because this particular line 2, there is no command here. Directly I have given the content value. That's why it is not taking anything. This is how we can use the cat command. So if you use single greater than symbol, then it's going to replace the content, whatever it is the content. If you have 10 lines of code and if you give one line, then it's going to replace complete 10 lines will go and one line it will be present. But at the same time, if you do the double greater than symbol, it's going to concatenate and it's going to add to the existing content in the last line. It's going to add it. So this one is cat. So if I want to check it, the content plus cat hello.html. So if I want to display the content in this particular hello.html, translating. So tr is nothing but translating a hyphen z, then a hyphen z. It is going to translate it. See what it happened is the completely it is translated single letter to double letter where this one. So here you can see all there in the single like small letters, but here it is completely changed to capital letters. It is translated. That is how we can see. So this one, this is the only cat hyphen n hello dot html. So it is going to display the number of lines by using the number here. So this particular command you can use it. So this will translate small to capital letters. This one provide the numbers in each row, each line. So that is how we can do. And what about tag? So we have discussed cat. Cat is just a, it's going to display the content and also concatenate, we can do it. And tag is does the same as cat but display the contents in reverse order. So cat hello.html, it will display like this. If I use tag CAT TAC, so it's going to display the content in reverse order. So this is the first one, last one here, this is the first here, second last, second last here, and second here, same. So it's going to reverse the content in the reverse order. That is how we can do. So if you use cat hyphen n, it will display the numbers in normal way, but the content will be in the different. Oh, sorry, not cat. I will use tag here now. Tag. Okay, tag. There is no option to display the number. Only in the cat we can do it. So cat, by using the cat we can display the numbers as well, and tag we can display the content in reverse order. So if you want to display in the reverse order, then we can use tag command. The next is head. So head is print the first lines of each file to standard output. So if you want to print the first lines, then you can use the head command. This is very useful when we want to see some lines in the big file. So you have n number of codes. So where it is cd DevOps editor demo. I will go see here. If I check cat hyphen n editor demo. See here, there is 29 lines of code is there. Okay, content. So if I want to display the particular lines, so for example, I want to display head instead of all, I will display only 5 on editor demo symbol. See, only this particular file it is displaying only head means it's going to display top 5. So top 5 I have given. Then you can enter the insert these particular lines it is displayed when I give that particular command. See here, this is the first one, second one, third, fourth, and fifth till use W. This is the content it is displayed here. The same, if I want to display any number like 5, if I give it will display 5, top 5. If I want to display only 2, then it will display only 2 lines of code. And if I want to display whatever number you want to display in real time also, we can use like this. That is how we can use. Next is, so we have to use the hyphen n head, then we are going to use the file name. It will display the first 10 rows by default. By defaultly, it's going to display the 10 lines of content. So, but if you give the particular number, then it will display that number of lines. Hyphen n, we can give it, otherwise you can directly give hyphen the number, whatever the number you want. If you specify the more lines than the available file, it will display all the lines. So, cat hyphen l hello world. So here there is 13 lines of code, and if I give head hyphen 18 and file name, that is hello world.html. So it will display all the lines of code because I have given 18. Here there is only 13 are present. That's why it's going to display all. If you give the less number than the number of lines present in the file, then you can see the output as expected. It will display the max lines in the file. See, in the above example, we specified same like 20 lines command, but only 15 lines it will be available. Print the last lines of each file. So head is done. Head is nothing but head. The top lines of code it's going to display. By default, it will show 10 lines of code. If you give the particular number, it's going to display the number of lines. Now is tail. So tail command, tail hello world. So it's going to display 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 lines of code. Same if I will give here cat hyphen n hello world. So here see the bottom 10 lines it is displayed. If you can observe from here to till here, the top 3 it is not displayed because only 10 lines of code it will display from the bottom. If you give the number tail hyphen 5, then it will display the bottom 5 lines from the top. So hello world will be, this one will be the fifth line from the bottom, then it will start to till end. That is how it will display. Tail is print the last lines of each file to standard output. So hyphen f is output appended data as file grows. So if so in the tail command is very important because the real time we are going to check the logs. So we use this command tail hyphen f the file name. So if I give hello world.html, so this what it will do, it is not ended here, it will be running, the file will be running automatically, and if the any content is adding to this particular file, it will be flowing in the real time. We are going to check the log file. Here in the place of hello world.html, we are going to provide the log file name. So whenever the logs are reflecting, it will be showcasing the latest last 10 files, 10 lines. So this is very important command in the real time we use regularly. Tile. Then if you give hyphen n as usual, same like head, it will output the last n lines instead of last 10. So hyphen f command, hyphen f option we are going to use regularly. Tile hyphen f. So it will display output appended data as the file grows. So while the data will be updating, whenever it is updating, it will be fetching the data. So for example, When I give this one, the file data is not updating, so that's why it is stopped here. If the file added 4 more lines, then this top 4 will be removed, another 4 will be showing here. Like that it will be available. That is a tile command. The prompt does not return even after work is over. So it will be, if you use -f, it will not return until you give the control C. It will be running the command itself. With this option, we have to abort the process to exit to the shell. So we have to abort by using control C or Q. We have to use it. Then same tile -n. I have given already examples. The next command is more. It is filter for paging through text. One screen full at a time. Stop the display on each screen. So if you give cat editor, so here you can see this is not one screen. Half of the screen is more. So at the time, if I give, I will increase the screen size as well here. Okay. Now if I give more command, more and editor mode, editor demo XML file, it will display only this whatever the available for this particular page, and it will be showing 74% is showing on more. If you enter on it, it will go down and you can see the content of that particular file. By using more command, you can use it. It is a filter for paging through text one screen full at a time. That is the use of more command. Next is less. It is the same as more, except you can scroll back and forward. So if you use less command, so this one also same editor DXML. You have to use a scroll up and scroll down by using mouse. So it will work. Scroll up and scroll down. Okay. Less command options, we can use it. Following are the options, like when you use the less command, it will be showing the content and you can't exit it. So at the time it will be there like this. So we have to use control F, forward one window if you use forwarding, and if you use control B, then backward. See, backward is going up, forward is going down to the latest content, and control D, forward half window, forwarding half window, control D. See, so half of the window is moving like that. If the file has the more content, like more than 10 pages content, then we can use this kind of options. Backward half window, forward half window, control D, U. Forward one full window, then F. Backward one window, then B. Then G, go to the end of file. So if you are in top, so for example, I will go to control V. Now I want to go to the top G. It will be go to the end of a file. See, this is the end of file. It came when I click on G. And if I want to go to the start of file, then small g. See, now I am in start of the file. Like that, we can use it. Q or double Z to exit the less pager. So if I give the Q, it is exited. Like this, we can use the options with a less. Next is sort command. It is used to sort the output in numeric or alphabetic order. So the output, we are going to sort it. I think we have already used this command in previous class once. So sorting the value, sorting the output of that particular file in the alphabetic or numeric order. So if I give the file here, hello.html, so it is sorting. This one we can't sort because all of them started with the symbols. So now I am going to use sort editor demo. No, this one also not. Let's see. I'll take some content. So I will take just notes, introduction notes. I'll copy and I'll put it, this particular one, git vim. So I'll add the content here. Same, I will take some more lines. I'll take numbers as well here. So okay, it is not taken. Just I will add the number 1. Then commit. I will add as 2. Now I will save it. Now I will run the command sort. Sorry, it is again taking that sort git intro.txt. See, now first it is sorting with the numeric. So 1, 2, 3 it is going to, then it is, after that it is going to take it from here, core concepts, git. So this is a one particular complete line and this is another line, like that it is sorting the with the alphabetic and numeric both. So that's why we are going to use a tr command. So sorry, sort command. We have already used previously, I think. Let's see that command as well now. Sort. This is very important sort command as well. See here, we have discussed in the find command. Find name, then it's going to sort, then we use head. So multiple commands we have used at a time here, like sorting the files, like after finding some files, it's going to sort that particular files. That's why we have used sort along with find command. Now again I will go back. Okay, now that is a sort. So sort is nothing but we are going to sort the file, and if you use here, for sorting purpose we have already used, right? This is a sort, it's going to do whichever values are there, based on that it's going to sort it. Same like we are going to use sort is sorting in the alpha numeric order. Next is tr, translate the next text from lowercase to uppercase. So this is also we have done. So if you want to translate the complete text from lowercase to uppercase, then we use tr command. I think here somewhere I have used, right? This one. See, here I have used here, uh, translating from this particular one to. So while using cat itself, I can do cat git intro, and then I can use pipe symbol. Pipe, this is called pipe symbol, and then tr a-z small case to capital. I can use it. So by using here, we can use like this. So it will display completely content from one to, from small to capital letters, like that we can translate. So translate purpose we use tr command. This one and all we are going to use in the script. If we are writing some script, we need something regarding the translate or sorting, then we use this kind of commands. So if I use directly normal tr and file name, or it is called git intro. So missing operand after operator. So what exactly we want to display is not showing. So if I have to give a-z a-z extra operand git intro. So we have to provide the content directly, then only it will display. In the file we can't do it. So along with cat git intro. Now we have to provide pipe symbol. Here file name should be like this. This is how we have to use the command er. Here we have to use along with another command. The next is SED. This is another very important command, stream editor. The stream editor is used to perform basic text transformation on an input stream. So this is you are going to get mainly in the interview questions. They are going to ask with a different task. So you have to answer with a SED command. So the interview question should not will not be like what is SED command. It will be like if I want to replace a particular keyword, what is the command to use? Then we can use SED command. And if I want, there are multiple usage. We will see now. So this is a stream editor. It is used to perform basic text transformations on an input stream. So inside a file, we can do some changes by using SED. Okay. Now I have a file cat git intro. This one there is a lot of content is there and a lot of words. So I'm going to take git here. What exactly I'm going to do? Replacing or substituting a string. So if you use SCD, yes, then these particular keywords, then SCD file.txt. So here the SC is represent substitution operation. So it is a we are going to substitute and it's going to use it will search for that particular one and it will replace with the Java. So let's see. Now I am going to use SCD single quotes. We have to use within single quote, then slash. So s slash git. It will search for the git and it's going to I will use instead of git I will use as a DevOps. So when we use git and DevOps, it will search for the keyword git. So and it will replace with the DevOps. Now you can see the content. DevOps is free. It was showing Git is free. Now it is DevOps is free, open source distributed version control system. Like that it is showing. So wherever it is there, it is replacing the Git. But why it is not replaced here? It should be replaced. Let's see. By default, the set command replaces the first occurrence of the pattern only. So it's going to replace only first word wherever it is present in each line and it won't replace the second. See, if you see from here to till here all this is only single line, that's why it is not replacing any other git word, only one word is replaced. So that's why it is taking only wherever it is present only one word is going to replace. Now replacing nth occurrence of a pattern in a line. So if you want to use ones, two, these kind of flags to replace the first, second occurrence of a pattern in a line, then we can use the number. The below command we can use the second occurrence of Unix. So I have used DevOps with Java. Okay. So I have used 1 and 2. Now I am going to check it for 2 slash 2 I will give. So second occurrence I want to replace. Let's see git first. It is not replaced. Now where it is there? Second, this one. Second is this one. That's why it is replaced to the second. So the particular word on which time you want to replace it, then you can use the number of that particular one. If you give third, now it is there git first. It is not replaced. Second also not replaced. There it is there. Third. Let me open the file. Put all into a single line now. I'll go here. I'll select. So git, git is free until over time. I'm going to use was one line and core. Here I will use simply git, the core concept to understand. To git, you need to separate your workspace into three so I'm going to use a again in the end I'll use git learn. So here I have used three lines, three git. Again I will use here. Okay, now I will copy this one. I'll add. Now let's see. So I'm going to update it in the first. So first is DevOps here. For this particular line, DevOps is this one. Git was there. Now I'm going to change it to different line. I'll use 3. So 3 is there where wherever it is present, it is going to update in the third line. See, this one only this line it is there third time. That's why it is updated. Now in other lines it is not there. Only second time is there. That's why it is not updated. If I give 2, then again it's going to update the second time. Wherever the second occurrence is there, it should be updated. Git is first one here and then second one is here. It is updated. It is first one here, second one is there here. So it is updated. Like that, it's going to update the keyword of that particular string which we have provided. So these are commands which we can give. So that is substitute. Next is replace. So replacing all the occurrence of the pattern in a line. So if you want to replace, then you can directly replace it by using S and G. So you are going to provide S in the beginning and G at the end. So I am going to give it now. ls sorry cat git intro. This is a file content. So now I am going to give SG. So wherever git is there, it should be updated as DevOps. See here, DevOps updated, and next another line here also updated. This is also updated. Here also updated. So this one is not updated. Why? Because it is case sensitive. If it is capital letter, then only it should be updated. So if I give G in the small, now it should updated here. DevOps, it is updated, but here it is not updated because the G is capital. So it is a case sensitive. That's why it is not going to consider. So this is how you can replace it. So replacing a particular string, then we are going to use SG. If you want to replace, if you want to substitute in the only the particular occurrences, then you are going to use S and options 1, 2, 3 like that. So this is how we can do it. So if you want to replace it, then we use G. Only substitution, then we use 1, 2 like that. Okay. Now I am again going to G is global replacement is used to make the changes globally. So that is a replacing of usage of usage of G in the replacing. Next is std-n 8p. It will display the particular line number. So if you want to display the content of the particular line number, then you can display it. So let's cat -n git intro. So here there is only six lines of code. I will take another one. Cat hello.html hello world. Here I have the code of 13. So I want to display the particular line of code. Then we can use std-n. Which one I want to display? 6p. Then file name. So hello world.html. So you see the sixth line of code. This is the one. That's why displaying the particular line. And if you want to display from one line to another line, for example, you want to display from second or third. So I'm going to take third to 7, head to head. So for that one, 3, 3, comma 8p. So if I enter it, so it will display head to head. So now it is taking till body. Why? Okay. I have given 8, so it is taking till body. So 3 to 8, the particular lines of code it's going to display. If I want to display only 7, that is head to head, then we can give the number of source to destination along with p. That is how we can use the command. So these are the commands which we use mainly while writing the script as well, and also in the real time interview purpose also we are going to we have to remember this. So they will ask the more questions on SCD command. So if you want to replace, substitute, then to display the particular line of code, then we can use SCD command. Okay. Next, if you want to save the changes back to the file, use hyphen I. You can use it. So currently, all the changes it will be present. I have not changed anything. I have not saved. It will be present. Whatever the code is there. Next is grep command. So grep is another command which we are going to use to search a specific string in the specified file. By default, it's going to print the matching lines. So grep is very important command. Again, in the real time, I'm going to use this kind of command ps-f grep-i tomcat. So this is going to display the tomcat. If there is any this particular command ps-f is it's going to check for the process running processes, and I'm going to give the keyword tomcat. So it will check the process running process with keyword matching as a tomcat. So this is a real time command which we use, but here as an example I'm going to tell you grep command. Use cat git intro grep hyphen I git. So it will display wherever the git is present. If git is not present, then it is not going to show. So now I will give different keyword here, core. So here see, git core is a concept. To understand git, you need to know these kind of lines it is showing till this particular. So this is completely one line, that's why it is showing till here. So that like that we have to give the particular line, then it will display. So if I give modify, so it is displaying that particular line. So it is going to search for the keyword which present inside that file, and it will display that particular line only. So in the real time we are going to use this ps-ef. Then we are going to check the logs. In the logs we want to find out exceptions. Then we provide like exception, like particular one like error or any exceptions means you can provide exception. This kind of commands, this kind of strings we are going to use in the real time. So it will display in the logs. We will be having the thousands of lakhs of lines. You can't check one by one. At that time you can use a grep along with the file, that command, whichever we use, tail-f or cat-f, the cat and file name, then grep-i exceptions or whatever keyword you want to search for it. Okay, 1 second. Dear candidate, greetings from Tata Consultancy Services Limited. We are excited to announce new job opportunities. We have a walk-in recruitment. Okay, that is how you can use the grep command. You can search for whatever the keyword you want to. If you want to ignore the case, then you can use the I. If you don't want to ignore the case, then you can use directly like this. Ignore case is nothing but you don't want to check for the keyword, like capital or small. So if I give git here, it will display only this particular line, whichever is there in the small letters. But if I give hyphen I, then it will display all, whichever it is, capital or small letter, it is going to show. I is always, with any commands, if we are using I means it is like, case exceptions we are going to ignore case. Ignore case distinctions in both the patterns. Okay, next is grep-c-i. With C option, it will display how many lines matching with a given pattern or a string. So let's see, -i-c. Instead of cat also we can directly use grep command here. If you want to display grep-i-c git intro. It is not taking. -c -i. Okay, so when we use grep directly, it is not taking. That's why we have to use cat git intro type symbol grep-c I git intro. See, number of lines is 0. Sorry, I have given file name again. It should be only git. So 4 lines it is showing here. The number of lines, which we use G, then also it is 4. If you give without I, then it is 4. Number of lines 2. So if you use G, it is 2. If you use a capital G, then it is 4. But case ignore, it should be take more, but it is showing again 4 lines only. So this particular C we are going to use to display the lines count. How many lines matches with that particular string. Next is same, which I have explained, right? The real time example ps-ef. It is going to check the particular process. Here in notes I have given as Java ps-ef grep-i Java. So if the Java process is running, it is going to show it with the process ID and other details. Like that, we are going to check in the real time as well. That is about grep command. The next is who. So it's going to display the user details who has logged in. It shows who is logged in the same machine. So if any other users also logged in, then it's going to show it as a user details. It's going to show if we give who command. See, this is a EC2 user. I have logged in as EC2 user only, but again I change it to root user. That's why it is not showing root user any details. Only again this is one is root user and this one is normal user. I logged back like exited, then it is showing only one. So in the real time, there are many people will log in to the same servers at a time. So it will list the login users. So you can use wt u hyphen t, the time it's going to show, and then we can use a h. So it's going to comment other details also. It is showing only the line name, line, time, then comment. So human readable, it is going to display what is these particular details about. And next is UMI. So UMI is the use of the argument. With UMI, it will be like the command only lists the one user who typed the command. So for example, if you give the who command, it's going to display all the users list who has logged in. But when you use who am I, then it's going to display the information about the user who executed the command. Who am I? So there is a user who has executed the command. See, here executed as a root user. That's why it is showing root. That is a who am I command. Next is W. It shows who is logged in, logged on, and what they are doing. So you can see here use EC2 user is logged in, login idle at this particular time, and CPU and SSD session, the other details and all it is showing like it is up. This particular server up 2 days. I have not shut down. That's why it is showing. Since 2 days it is up 2 days 46 minutes, and only one user has logged in, and load average is this much. It is going to show all the details about the server. That is W command. The header shows in this order the current time, how long the system has been running. See, same I have showed here. How long it is running? 2 days 46 minutes. That is details it's going to show. In the current time, what is the current time? 13:20 28. Then how long the system is running? How many users are logged in, currently logged in, and the system load average for the 1, 5, and 15 minutes. 1, 5, and 50 minutes system load. If there is any load high, then it's going to show. And the following entries are displayed for each user: login name, the TTY name, then the remote host, login time, idle time. See, this is the login name, TTY name, if they login time, idle time, then CPU, JCPU, PCPU, and command line of the current process. Command line is SHD session. The JCPU time is the time used by all the process attached to the this particular TTY. It does not include the past background jobs, but does include currently running background jobs. It is going to include. Then CPUs, process CPU is used by the current process named in what field. So who am I already done? Print the username associated with the current effective user ID, same as UN. ID UN, use ID UN is username. Next is where is command. That is path or locate the binary or source and manual page files for a command. So where we are going to use where is. So if you want to know the path, not enough. Command not found. Where is options we have to provide, sorry. So if you want to run the where is command, hyphen B only for binaries, M for manual sections, and S for sources. Hyphen S, nothing is there. Sources, I want to search for binaries, then we can use B, nothing is there. So it's going to display the path or path for the binaries and source, then manual sections. So as of now there is no path created, that's why it is not showing. So when we use the Tomcat, Maven and all, those we are going to install and set up the path. At the time we are going to see that. So if you use these commands along with this one, where is chmod. So chmod is a command of command which we use. This particular command, the binaries it's going to show. So if you use hyphen s, chmod, nothing is there. Like this is for sources. If I use B for binaries, these are the binaries for this particular command. Like that, we can use the varies command, which each command will be having the binaries, manual, and the sources. So it's going to display when we use this kind of path for manual sections, path for binaries, and path for sources. The next is date command. So the date command is going to display the current date at the time where when you are executing the command. See, it is showing 23 here. Now it is showing 31. So if you want to display something, some command in the real time in the scripts which we want to execute it, then we are going to use. So for example, vim, which file I have created, cd sh file sample.sh. So vim sample.sh. So I will, what I will do here, I will run date. Let's see if it will work or not. Sh. See, the second command which I have given has a date. So when I give the date, it will display the date. So whenever you execute the command, so I will just run the script, then it will show the date. So here it is showing 13, 33, 22, here 37 seconds. So the particular current time it's going to show when you use date command. The date we can use multiple options. It will be a lot of options we can see. Date plus uh, this one percentage d, then it will display date as month, date, year. So if you use date percentage d, see, uh, month, date, month, year. So we if you use same alternative weekdays, then a. So there are multiple options you can see. So day it's going to show. If you use h, it will be month. So if I use h here, it's going to show as June. So in the words, and if you give m, it is going to show the month of the year. Same, it's going to show as a June. And the number it's going to show here. If you use h, it's going to show the words. Then display the day of the month. If you use d, then it will be day of the month, the date. And if you use y, then it will be last 2 digits of the month. So if I use y, last 2 digits of the month, not month, it is, I think, displays the last 2 digits of the date, complete date. It's going to display, that is 26. This one, year, it will be display the year. Then t displays the time as hour, minute, seconds. So if I give t, capital T it should be. So hour, minute, seconds. And if I want to see hours has between railway timings, it is same. It is showing 13:53. And also if I want to, it's going to display same. If I give h 13, so it's going to show only hours instead of minutes and seconds. Then m, it's going to display the minutes between minutes. Currently it is 36 minutes. That's why it is displaying only 36. And if I give s, it's going to display seconds only, 22 seconds. That is the usage of all the options in the date command. Okay, so these are the options we can check it. Next, df. So df is another very important commands. Df and du we regularly use, as observability and monitoring purpose and troubleshooting, we are going to use CPU usages and all. It's going to report file system disk space usage. So df is a df hyphen u. So if I use directly df, and it will show all the content. If I don't know, like we know already, we have already discussed. If it is not in the human readable and we are unable to understand, then we can use hyphen h. So it will show in the GB, MB, KBs. So this is the complete information about disk space usage and availability and mounted and which one, other details, everything it's going to display. So you are going to get the question how to check the mount points of the system. So this is the command df-h, you can use it. So there are multiple options. It's going to show information about the file system on which each file resides or all file system by default. Mandatory arguments to long options are mandatory for short options too. So you can check it. So if you give I, include all dummy files. So all the dummy files also it's going to display usage, how much usage, how much pending percentage, everything it's going to display. And if you use hyphen b, block size equal to size, use size byte blocks. If you use hyphen b, it's going to show the block size df hyphen b. So it's going to show here hyphen b in the human readable. So all the block sizes it's going to display here. Then human readable we have seen already, print sizes in human readable format. And h is, it is like use power of 100, not 1124. Even it is same like h only. It is going to display 1000. So in the 1 kilobyte we have 1024 bytes, but it is going to use the powers of 1000 only when we use hyphen h, capital H. I is inodes, list inodes information instead of block usage. So if you use hyphen I, it is going to display the inode. Inode used, I free, inodes, these details it's going to show instead of, see, inodes, I used and I free. Instead of this one, it's going to display these details. Next K, it's going to block size equal to 1K. So block size equal to 1K, it is going to display whatever the block size we have, it will consider as to 1K. Same, we have multiple options here. If you use L, limit listing to local file system. Local file system only it's going to display instead of any remote. And no sync. If you use do not invoke sync before getting usage info. Hyphen F is portability. It is going to use the POSIX output format. So output format is going to use the POSIX. So it will be different format. It will be showing. Then hyphen T, like limit listing to file system of the type limit is going to display. Next is T is print type, print file system type. It is going to print file system type. So whatever the type of file system, it is going to print it. V is ignored, nothing is there. Like and then if you use help, it's going to display all the, if you use hyphen help, it should display all the commands which are available for this particular command. Even in other commands also we can use help. So it will be very helpful. Even if you use find hyphen help, it will display all the options which are available for that particular commands. Hyphen version, it is out version information and exit. So if you use version df hyphen version, so it's going to display the version of the operating system. This is a DF GNU core utils 9.5. The details about the DF it's going to display. So these are the options which I have explained here. Same. Next is du. Du also another command same as df. It's going to display only disk usage. So disk usage it's going to display for the Linux system. So it will be estimate the file space usage. Even if you give the du slash etc, it will display complete usage of that particular folder. So by using this one, we can check the file usage of that particular folder. Even if I give pwd, so du slash home ec2 user, so it will display see which file and all, like I have created DevOps. This one taken more usage. Du hyphen h I will give. This particular folder it is taken 9 MB and other is 4K. This one is 19, total 19 MB it is taken. That this is how it is going to display estimate file space usage. So we have multiple options in that one as well. It's going to summarize disk usage of each file recursively for directories as well. And we have to use the hyphen A if you use for all. If you use A, it's going to display for all. So it is going to display in the hidden files as well. It is going to take it if you use A. And if I use B, it's going to block size, use size byte blocks. And apparent size is print apparent size rather than disk usage, although its apparent size is usually smaller when compared to disk usage. Next is hyphen B, it is equal to apparent size, it's going to display hyphen B. Let's see. So these are instead of, so these are B. When we use this one, it display like this. If you use normally without any, see, it's going to display different values, apparent size and disk usage. Next is C, total. It is like producing a grand total. It will display if you use C. And D is dereference files that are symbolic links. So it's going to display symbolic link also, which are having the files which are having symbolic links. Then H is human readable. K is same, block size equal to 1K. Same like df commands only. All the commands. If you use 0, then it will be end each output line with a 0 byte rather than new line. S is summarize. It's going to display only total for each argument. Then X skip directories on different file system. Then hyphen capital X, it's going to exclude files that match any pattern in file. So in this particular exclude from, then if you want to exclude, then you can use that particular command. So we have a lot of options. You can check it once while practicing. It will be helpful. Like time style, show the time using style, and help display exit, then version, this and all. The next is host name. It will show or set the host system's host name. So if you check it, host name, it will display the these are host name. While login, we might have used the same. See, EC2 3, not this one, this one, like 172 31 34 41. This is the host name of the server, that is a privately which we can see. While logging in, we are going to use the public's host name. This is a different one. If you run a host name, it's going to display the host name of the server. You'll be having multiple host names, and also we can set the host name. So for example, so host name is displaying like this is a host name, IP address, whichever it is present here, that is a host name. and if I want to set the host name to Tech Wonders DevOps. You must be root to change it. See, the host name has changed here. So changing host name, you can do it, but the IP address will be there. That is the host name of the server. So host name I have changed. If you can see here, this is the host name I have changed. In the root user, it's going to display because sudo have the permission only for root user. Then once the host name is changed, verify that it has changed the host name successfully. As you see below, it has changed the host name to this particular one. When we execute the command host name, if the host name is not changed, then this particular file need to be modified. So you can go here, vi etc host. See, here you can change the host name. I have given here the same script, so it will be there, vi etc host. Then we have to execute, we have to change it. Then it will be config networks. Then we have to restart the server by using service network restart. So I can go back, sudo su hyphen vim vim slash etc host. But host name it is not showing here. Again I will check it, vi vim slash etc system config, then networking is there, but host name is changed already here. Okay, so if you want to restart the services, that one we'll see later, where we discuss about system control and services. Next is how to find out the IP address. So this is the command we can use, ifconfig. We can use ifconfig. Ifconfig command is not found. So you can install ifconfig -y. Unable to find out, ifconfig command is ifconfig should be available. Interface configuration, it is going to use ifconfig. It should be checking. If not, then we have to use hostname -i. This is the IP address of the server. Sudo dnf. We have to install the nettools. Now if I execute the command, no, still it is not available. Command is not available. Even I am running from sudo. Okay, now it is working fine, but it should be running here as well without sudo. So this is the information about our IP addresses. This is the inet and this is the IP address which we can see in the server. This is the IP address which we can find out. And also you can see in the instance level. While creating EC2 instance, we can see the IP address. Okay. hostname hyphen I. If you give hostname hyphen I, see same 172.38.41. This is the IP address of our server. How to change the IP address temporarily? So you can use ifconfig command to change the IP address, but it is not recommended to change any IP addresses. We are going to use the IP address. It will be like elastic IP, public and private IP address that we are going to discuss in AWS class. So if you want to change the permanently, then in this particular one, we can change the uh, particular IP address. In this particular network scripts, we can go and change the IP address pattern. So if you go here, vi/etc system config network. So actually there should be two files here, cd/etc system config network and network scripts. It is not there. Network is not there. So if there is a network scripts directory, then inside that one we have to change the this particular file, and we can change the IP address in etc hosts. So we have to go inside cd vi hosts. This is a file. Here you can see we can change the IP address. Currently it is all everything is marked in the comment. So if you want to change it, then you have to write here and you can save it. So restart the service network. We can use the command service network restart. ifconfig -a. So it's going to display all the information about the IP addresses. It's going to display all interfaces including disabled interface as well. It is going to display the interface. We can use down, and to enable it we are going to use up. So and next is domain name. To check the domain name, we can use domain name command. If there is no domain name configured, it's going to show as none. And if you want to, this is the command which we use. If you want to show like change the domain name, you can set it up by using same command domain name. So we have multiple domain names in the, if you are using an application which are deployed into Linux servers, we are going to use a domain name, DNS domain name, NIS domain name, and YP domain name. All these commands are to check the domain names. Currently, I have not configured any domain names. That's why it won't show. Next is NS lookup. So these are all the network commands. So this is also the command not working. NS lookup -y. So there is no NS lookup available. So NS lookup also not available. We have to install it. It will query the server name, IP address for the specified host. It's going to display. So to install the NS lookup, we have to run the command same sudo dnf install bind utils. So we have to install bind utils. Previously we have installed again for the ifconfig. Now we are using for NS lookup. So NS lookup command which we have to use along with host name. So which host we want to check it? Let's see. ls host name. This is a host name which I want to check it. ns lookup. It's going to display the IP details and all. Server is the IP address. Server can't find this one. NX domain is not there. That's why it is showing. This and all configurations for the network purpose we are going to use. In the etc resolve configuration, we are going to find out DNS information and the server details and all we can find out. So etc hosts and etc resolve configuration, there are two files are there. What is the difference between them? Resolve configuration specifies the name servers for resolver lookups, where it will actually use the DNS protocol for resolving the host names. So resolving the host name purpose, we are going to use a resolve.config. And typically host file is used for administrative purpose, such as like backend and internal functions. Mainly we are going to use with the Ansible to set up the hosts. We will see that one in the later classes. So which is substantially more isolated in the scope, as only the local server will reference to it in the host file, etc hosts file. There are five types of DNS records. See, these are all the DNS records which you can see: A, CNAME, NS, MX and PTR. Each of them have the different usage. A record will be stands for address. It is the most basic type of syntax used in the DNS records. It's going to indicate the actual IP address of the domain. So we are going to use the AAA. It is going to record the IPv6 address that maps a host name 128-bit IPv6 address. So these you will get the confusion. We have to use networking. While using the AWS networking, we have to use a domain name and all. So at that time we can discuss more in depth. The next is CNM, CNAME. It is stands for canonical name and serves to make one domain an alias of another domain. That is why we use CNAME. So mainly we are going to create different names for our website and all. We are going to use it. Next is MX record. It is going to stand for mail exchange and basically list of mail exchange servers that are to be used for the domain. It is going to use MX. Next PTR. It is pointer record and maps the an IPv4 address to the CNAME on the host. So it's going to map the IP address to the CNAME. So which name we are going to provide. NS is a name server. It's going to indicate which name server is authoritative for the domain. Next is SOA, that is state of authority, and it is one of the like essential DNS record, because we are going to use it is going to use to store the important information like domain uh, last updated and when domain is created and what are the domain details. Next is SRV. It is going to stand for service. It is used to define a TCP service on which the domain operates. Next is TXT. It is going to record the administrator insert any text they had like to in the DNS records, and it is often used to denoting the facts about the domain. So mainly used for the DNS records purpose, we are going to use TXT, that is text one. That is about networking part. It will be little confusion. You can go through it once again and practice. If any doubts, you can let me know. We can discuss. That's it for today.